Hello and welcome back to another video on Asia Now. In this video, I'm going to tell you exactly how to meet a Filipina in the Philippines and how I met my ex-Filipina, or the last Filipina girl that I dated. So stick on to the end to hear that story, but we're going to take a look at how other people have met their girlfriends. Take a look at the questions, the comments. I'll tell you my personal thoughts and how you can meet the perfect girl in the Philippines. You know, a lot of guys do come here specifically to find a traditional wife, a girlfriend, something that's very different from Western mentality with all that girls. And we're gonna dive into all that today. Before we do that, take a quick second, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. I mean, you're sitting there anyways. Let's get into it. Today's question is, how did you meet your Filipina spouse or girlfriend? Of course, there's no perfect way of meeting anybody, right? It could be by chance, by coincidence. Some of you might believe in fate, and a lot of us men actually have to put a little bit of effort into it. So let's take a look at the first answer. I'll tell you my thoughts in a second. Someone says, we started chatting on Facebook Messenger more than 12 years ago. We will be married 10 years this November. Wow, congratulations. You know, Facebook, it's very popular in the Philippines. Many people have Facebook Messenger, and Filipinos can be found everywhere across Facebook, whether it's dating in Facebook or just groups or just randomly talking to people. The thing is, with Facebook in the Philippines, you can feel free to send a message to somebody. It's not considered really creepy or weird or whatever. People communicate through Facebook all the time, as long as you're polite, respectful, make yourself very clear, and you know, tell her your interests or whatever you got to do. Send that initial message, a simple hello, how are you, or whatever you want to do. Just be polite, respectful, and you might get a response. And you never know, you could be married for 10 years like this guy. Another person says, old classmates set us up. Now, here's the other good thing. If you know someone that is a Filipino that maybe lives there or has been working there, even within your local community, whichever country you're from, there's always most likely a Filipino community, you know? And it's never a bad idea to get a reference, right? A word of mouth. Somebody's got to have a single friend, cousin, sister, niece, or whatever, and they might be able to set you up. You know, it's just like a job, right? A reference always goes much further than just a cold job hire or offering like that. Another guy says she was dancing in a bar where I was drinking in Angela City. I don't know if that's a joke or not, but yeah, you know, bars are still an option for most people if you're going drinking anyways. But you know, let's be honest, bars aren't like the best place to meet your wife. I mean, maybe some few nights of fun, short-term relationships or whatever. Not to say, you know, good girls go to bars, but the chances are a lot less at a bar. Another person says, I opened up my wallet and there she was. Okay, let's face it. Truthfully, if we find somebody organically, naturally, through a friend or going to the Philippines in person, yeah, that's great because we are the lucky ones. But many times, a lot of us have to basically lead with our wallet, show that we have stability, some sort of income, that we have resources that we can go ahead and provide them, the woman, your potential future wife, with a good life. And as a woman, why wouldn't you want that, right? You want someone that can kind of take care of you, especially in the Philippines. Women tend to be a bit more traditional. They're very family oriented, and if they can stay at home, take care of the kids, why not, right? So it's kind of like a win-win situation. If as a man you kind of pass your prime, you're maybe in your 80s or whatever, or just retired, and you just don't have the physical looks anymore to draw women, you have no other choice but to basically lead with your wallet. That's not a bad thing necessarily, right? Because it's what you have. You spend all your life building that wealth, so why not take advantage of it? And that way you can go ahead and provide for your future wife as well, right? So there's no shame in that. I would say I'm not there yet, but if I get there and if I'm still single and if I want to meet a younger, attractive Filipino, I'm not going to expect them to just fall in love with me because I'm nice or something, right? Let's be honest, let's be real, let's be practical, but there's no shame in it. That's another way of meeting a person. I just don't know if that was a joke or reality, but some of us are not born with looks or just aren't 7 feet tall or something, so we have nothing else to offer but our money, and money goes a long way. A one-word answer says church. Very good point. I'm not a very religious person, or at least I'm not a Christian or Catholic, but in the Philippines, I feel like almost 90% of the majority are devoted Catholics or Christians, so they go to church, and that's a perfect way to meet somebody. Go to church on a Sunday, you know, volunteer, or just go sit there. I'm sure you're gonna come across a bunch of people that want to interact with you, say hello to you, and it's a perfect place to meet somebody that has something in their life that guides them towards doing better. So why not go ahead and join them with that journey as well? Someone says, my first wife was stationed in the Philippines in the Navy. She passed in '91 here in Long Beach, California. We had 2 boys now grown up. Met another Pinay here in Los Angeles in '94. We married in Vegas '96. Still together almost 30 years. Planning to retire in the Philippines someday. For now, we just go on vacation, have our own house in my wife's province. My sister-in-law lives in San Miguel, Bulacan. Fenwa's wife. What is going on in the background? Some kind of ambulance. Okay, you know, the U.S. Navy, Army, and just military has real big connections, big ties. I know throughout history with the Philippines, a lot of people meet that way, whether they were here on the service in the past and they come back and they met somebody, or they know somebody that knows somebody in the Philippines. Basically, word of mouth seems to be the best way so far, according to some of these answers. And Facebook seems to be the #2 answer so far. So yeah, through the military, through friends, through church, through Facebook, just around the area. Maybe you're not in the Philippines, but you can have local Filipino communities within your country, I'm sure. So if you are specifically aiming to meet a Filipina because you make amazing partners, go ahead and go try a Filipino restaurant, or go ahead and because I know in Toronto, Canada, we have a Filipino festival every summer, and like the whole bunch of streets get packed with like Filipino vendors and people and music, and it becomes really, really wild. So it's an excellent place to network and meet people. That's another option. All right, so now it's for my turn. The last Filipino girl I dated, this is a true story. This is what happened. I was standing in line at Starbucks. Okay, it was pick up coffee, but that's not important. So I was standing in line at a cafe, and she was standing behind me. There was another girl in front of me, and I looked behind me and I said, "Excuse me, do you know where Starbucks is?" Or pick up coffee, and she couldn't stop laughing, right? Because we were in the actual store. So when she started laughing, I just started talking to her, and that was it. And I asked her to meet me later on that evening. We went out for dinner, and that was a great way to meet somebody. So my point is, in the Philippines, that stigma of approaching people is not really there. It's not like the Western countries. So if you see somebody you're interested in, talk to them, say hello, ask a silly question, make a dumb joke. As long as you are actually respectful and polite and have a positive approach, most Filipino people, or at least let you down politely. Very rarely, I think maybe once, a couple of Filipinas kind of ignored me when I said hello to them, but I think they're prostitutes anyway. Anyway, that's beside the point. My point is, throughout the day, throughout the night, anytime you want to be polite to Filipino people, they'll go ahead and return the favor to you. So when you have that in the back of your mind and you don't have to worry about talking to people, it's an excellent way to meet people, especially in your local neighborhood. I would say come to the Philippines not specifically to meet a woman. Come here to learn about the culture, see the beautiful beaches, see how life is here. And throughout your day, you're going to come across people you're going to meet. Maybe somebody works at the cafe, at the restaurant, a customer service in a mall, and you built a small connection relationship, and it becomes much easier, right? The trust gets built, and that's it. Basically, they don't have the same standards as they do in the West. Now, don't get me wrong, everybody wants a good life. Women here still want money. They want something or someone that could provide for them. But the great thing about it over here is they don't have these like exaggerated, unbelievable standards, right? Many of us would actually fall into that category. So that's the good thing about it, right? So the Philippines is an excellent place to meet the love of your life, your girlfriend, anybody that you want to spend the rest of your life with. But just like any country, be careful who you're talking to. I wouldn't necessarily recommend online dating just because, I'm not saying everybody's bad, but the chances are much lower, right? It's going to be some people that want money, or I don't know, obviously they don't know you, they may not be serious about it. Becomes a hassle essentially, right? So leave your comments down below if you enjoyed this video. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Let me know how you met your girlfriend or wife in the Philippines. Yeah, I'd love to hear from you, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.